Hines. Number 6, junior Ava Amiel. Number 7, junior Rose Holland. Number 8, freshman Leah Davies. Number 9, sophomore Campbell Wright. Number 10, sophomore Anna Gelrick. Number 14, senior Adelie Booth. Number 15, junior Marlo Durr. Number 17, junior Bellateri. Number 18, sophomore Cosette Lee. Number 20, sophomore Bella Glenn. And number 21, sophomore Sammy Terry. For the Kellam Knights, number 0, sophomore Kylie Duvall. Number 1, senior Arden Mariano. Number 2, junior Lucy Rohan. Number 3, senior Kylie Smith. Number 4, junior Liv Sands. Number 5, forward Morgan Jello. Number 6, senior Lillian Angstati. Number 7, junior Lane Austin. Number 8, junior Sophia Stavridis. Number 9, junior Haley Grab. Number 10, junior Harper Barba. Number 11, sophomore Morgan Pennington. Number 12, sophomore Lily Zukowski. Number 13, junior Brooklyn Carey. Number 14, freshman Aubrey Sprague. Number 15, junior Piper Shakita. Number 16, junior Caroline Wilson. Number 17, senior Molly Bodin. Number 18, senior Carly Porter. Number 19, sophomore Sarah Meadows. Number 21, freshman Carrington Shivas. Number 22, sophomore Molly Williams. Number 27, senior Elena Voses. And number 70, Kylie Hayden. Now, for the Hickory Hawks, junior Matt. Number 2, number 3, senior Sydney Floyd. Number 4, senior Aaron Siddery. Number 5, freshman Abby Cohen. Number 6, junior Kristen Serafis. Number 7, senior Julia Delgado. Number 8, senior Layla Manapan. Number 9, junior Addison Darnell. Number 10, sophomore Carolyn James. Number 11, senior Jocelyn Garcia. Number 12, senior Ava Winterstein. Number 13, senior Alyssa Hall. Number 14, senior Addison Drake. Number 15, freshman Kenley Harrington. Number 16, sophomore Skylar Dugan. Number 17, senior Ellie Tyler. Number 20, junior Madison Motan. And number 22, senior Cortland Evans.
What is?
So let's introduce the Ocean Lakes Dolphins. Number 1, Riley Dillon. Number 3, Cameron Tisamas. Number 4, Emery Stimmel. Number 5, Bella Nichols. Number 7, Catherine Johnson. Number 8, Reese Clemente. Number 10, Evie McCall. Number 11, Bree Gussick. Number 13, Cameron Early. Number 14, Reese Longwater. Number 15, Era Lynn Malakian. Number 16, Excellent Jehunas. Number 17, Bella Rivers. Number 18, Madeline Dobbins. Number 19, Anna Orchard Hayes. Number 22, Grace Kenley. Number 33, McKenna McGrath. And number 95, Scarlett Strickland. At the cut, please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Good luck today, and let's play hockey.
And she starts apologizing, and the anthem starts playing as she's apologizing.
Very nice. Yeah, no. I appreciate it. We'll see how it goes. Voice is magic.
Welcome you to our coverage today of the Region 5A Field Hockey Quarterfinals from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Our matchup featuring the third-seeded Cox Falcons with a record of 14-3, coached by Taylor Roundtree, taking on the sixth-seeded Kellam Knights, who come in at 9-7 overall, coached by Nicole Morgan. We're glad you're with us here on our broadcast of this VHSL Class 5 Region A playoff matchup. There's another game going on the field directly behind the one you're watching, and that featuring, of course, a game that's also going to decide who moves on to the semifinals, as Hickory, the number 2 seed, takes on number 7 seeded Ocean Lakes. Going on over at Tallwood High School right now as we speak, the number 4 seeded Lions hosting the 5th seeded First Colonial Patriots, who fell in last year's Class 5 state finals to Nansemond River. And later on today here at about 5:30 Eastern, it'll be the top seeded Great Bridge Wildcats playing the 8th seeded Kempsville Chiefs. Our broadcast today brought to you by Pain and Gain. Pain and Gain is your one-stop shop for all things field hockey, located in the Princess Anne 1 Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, where they carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and so much more. Try out your stick before you buy it. In their synthetic turf area, Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain. Enjoy the game. I am Matthew Hatfield. We've got Mason Yoder, our producer-engineer today, Nick Sinti, Chuck Thornton, and the entire Cova Sports TV team along for the ride as well, as it is underway. And in the dark uniforms, you have the Cox Falcons, again, the number 3 seed, and in the white unis, the Kellam Knights with the black shorts and the gold numerals. And we will tell you who is in action today for these two teams as we're already underway with our 15-minute period. You see Cox trying to get the first opportunity in this one. They won the previous encounter back on September the 30th, and that was by a 2-0 shutout count over Kellam. As Cox's only losses this year came to Norfolk Academy, 4-1 back on September the 9th, 3-2 to Collegiate, a very highly ranked private school out of Richmond, and also 4-1 back on September 19th in a tournament against another highly ranked private school from Richmond and Trinity Episcopal. So ever since then, and that 3-3 start, they have been surging with 11 consecutive victories. So let's tell you who you're watching out here on the turf today, as Cox has it on the other side of the 50, trying to get in the shooter's circle area on the move here. A couple of Kellam defenders trying to apply the double team to stymie the one on the move there. And we'll give you Cox's lineup first, as that was number 3, Lauren Templeton, a freshman forward for them. A couple of sophomores with numbers lower than her. Number 1, it's Lily Schrott, and number 2, Michaela Quinn. You have number 4, sophomore Paige Whitman. Number 5, Nora Hines, a freshman. Number 6, Ava Amuel, a junior from the class of 2027. Rose Holland, also from the class of 2027, wearing number 7. Leah Davies, a freshman, wearing number 8 for Cox. Number 9 is Campbell Wright, a sophomore, also for the Falcons, a sophomore from the class of 2027. Number 10, Anna Gelwick, as the Falcons are in the shooter circle here trying to get that first goal of the game with a couple of taps at it, but it'll go back over to Kellam as they deny them. Adelie Booth, number 14, a senior from the class of 2026, only senior on the roster for Coach Taylor Roundtree this year. Marlo Dare, number 15 from the class of 2027, also a junior, is number 17, Bella Terry. Cosette Lee, number 18, she's a sophomore. Bella Glenn, also a sophomore, wearing number 20, and Sammy Terry, number 21 for the Falcons. I believe Sammy Terry, a recent Il Giardino Chicken Parm Player of the Week recipient as well, from Beanie and Mary on the Beanie and Mary Field Hockey on the Turf with Beanie podcast that you watch here on Cova Sports TV. On the move now, the Kellam Knights. Will tell you about their lineup, as they have 8 players with multiple goals scored on the season. That's going to be intercepted, though, and the Falcons on the move here behind number 20 you saw there, and Bella Glenn trying to get back in the shooter circle here, looking to run it down. It's Adelie Booth. That one goes whizzing by a Kellam defender's legs there, and here with 2 Kellam defenders trying to squirm her way past was number 3, Lauren Templeton, and there's going to be a goal as they're able to strike for that first opportunity, as it's on the board for the Frank W. Cox Falcons, 1-0 with 11:47 to go in our first quarter, as they're able to get through with the game's first goal. Did not take long for the Cox Falcons, who have the VHSL record for most championships in the history of the sport here, with 24 in Virginia. They won 7 consecutive from 1987 to 1995. And it was a great job there. We watched Templeton maneuver and then make the pass to get the assist for the goal that was scored for the Falcons by her teammate, number 14, Adelie Booth. So it was Templeton to Booth for the game's first goal. And Cox with the 1-0 lead here. Not even 5 minutes gone by. Pleasant day temperature-wise here in Hampton Roads and at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach right now. It's cloudy, 60 degrees, a little peak of sun earlier, but the rain that's in the forecast has been able to be held off to this point. A couple of close shots near the net for Cox, trying to get one on the goalkeeper for the Kellam Knights. Let's tell you about the Kellam lineup there. As you saw, in goal for Kellam was number 70, Kylie Hayden, a senior keeper for Coach Morgan and the Knights. A lot of players on this team, and they have more senior representation than Cox. In fact, a total of, looks like by my count, 7 or 8 seniors. We'll double check here. 7 seniors on the roster. In addition to Hayden, you have other seniors featuring number 1, the forward Arden Mariano, number 3, the midfielder, and Kylie Smith, number 6, the forward Lillian Angstadi, number 17, Molly Buden, midfielder and defender, wearing number 17, Molly Buden, number 18, Carly Porter, a defender, and then Elena Voches, number 27, a forward and midfielder for the Knights. Cox is back on the move. We'll tell you more about the Kellam roster here in a second, as they're trying to strike yet again. And that pass just a little bit off the mark, but it's going to be still picked up by the Falcons. Adelie Booth trying to create something after that goal moments ago from Templeton on the assist, and that one's going to go back over to Kellam. So others for the Knights that are not on the seniors on the roster, Kylie Duvall, 00, is a sophomore goalkeeper that relieves Hayden for Kellam. Lucy Wilhelm, keep an eye on her, number 2, junior midfielder. Number 4 is Liv Sanis, junior forward. Number 5, freshman forward Morgan Jello. Lane Austin, junior forward wearing number 7. Sophia Stavridis, a forward and midfielder wearing number 8 for Kellam. Another key component for them that will highlight what she's done this year in a moment. Haley Grabs, a midfielder and defender wearing number 9. Another junior, Harper Barbara, number 10 for Kellam. Number 11 is sophomore Morgan Pennington. She's a forward and midfielder. Lily Zukowski is a sophomore midfielder wearing number 12. Brooklyn Carey, junior defender wearing 13 for the Knights. Freshman midfielder wearing number 14 is Aubrey Sprague. Piper Shakika, number 15, junior midfielder. Caroline Wilson, junior defender wearing 16. Sarah Meadows, a sophomore wearing number 19 for Kellam. She's a midfielder. Carrington Chivas, 21, is a freshman defender for Kellam. And Molly Williams, sophomore forward, rounding out the lineup. Molly wearing number 22. And Coach Morgan looking to pull off a surprise today if her team can rally and beat a Cox team that perennially is in the state playoff mix. Again, First Colonial, who lost to Nansemond River in the state finals last year in Class 5. On the other side of the bracket of Cox this year, Cox, many expect to see Hickory in the semis to try to punch their ticket to the state playoffs as they take 2 per region across the board and in Class 5 when it comes to VHSL field hockey. You see the diving effort there for Cox with Anna Gelwick, but on the move now are the Knights, as that is Harper Barbara. Cox regaining possession. Come the Falcons with Gelwick. She's able to find Bella Glenn. And there's another one on the board for Cox. Bella Glenn making it happen. 7:35 to go in our first quarter. And just like that, the lead has increased to 2 for the Frank W. Cox Falcons out of Virginia Beach in this all-beach regional quarterfinal. We've got 2 of those today, the other one being Tallwood First Colonial. And of the 8 schools in the region tourney for 5A, 6 from Virginia Beach, the 2 that aren't from Chesapeake, the top 2 seeds, believe it or not, Great Bridge the 1 and Hickory the 2. But so far for Cox, a freshman with an assist, and Templeton finding her teammate in none other than Adelie Booth, a senior, the only senior for Cox, and now Bella Glenn getting on the board for Cox with that latest goal. She from the class of 2028. Glenn just getting some space after she got the pass from Anna Gelwick to extend the lead here, as they've already matched the margin that they beat Kellam by a little less than a full month ago when these two met. Kellam trying to dig out from its own attacking third area that Cox has been living in here as they're able to get the pass off. They got it over to Austin. Lane Austin. Leading goal scorer is Trevides, number 8 for Kellam with 4 on the year. Barba with 3, and Sunny's and Meadows along with Voces with 3 apiece as well. Part of that contingency, we mentioned 8 players with multiple goals through their first 10 games. Kellam able to step through. They got that with Buden, Molly Buden. But back come the Falcons on the move. Here's Bella Glenn on the run. Glenn's got one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's on the board. Bella Glenn making it happen yet again for the Cox Falcons. And just like that, 2 minutes and 3 seconds after her last goal, It becomes a 3-0 Cox lead. So this strong senior core for Kellam might be their final game. Morgan Pennington, though, is one of the youngsters that they'll have back beyond this year. She was selected to play in the USA Field Hockey 2025 AAU Junior Olympic Games back in July. But this Cox team, whenever their playoff run is done, they certainly hope it's in the state finals. Only one senior they say goodbye to, and that's Adelaide Booth, who had 12 goals a year ago. And Glenn had a heck of a first season debut for Cox last year with 21 goals and 5 assists on her way to being named first team All-State in Class 5. Looking like another all-Tidewater All-State performer. Here comes Cox on the move again with Lily Schrott. A trio of Knights trying to sandwich her in, but she's going to patiently move closer and closer to the net. And just like that, Cox continues to flex its muscles. 4:35 to go in the first period, and Lily Schrott's goal makes it 4-0 in favor of the Cox Falcons. As they begin their playoff quest today for championship number 25 in VHSL field hockey, nobody's won more than them. The next closest is Tab with 11. Tab in a different classification, Class 3, coached by Hall of Famer Wendy Wilson. And Tab, of course, riding a remarkable win streak that is really for the ages right now. Tab opening up Region 3A play as the top seed today against 8th-seeded Hopewell on their quest for another state championship. They're 17-0 on the year. They've outscored opponents 119-0. Nothing, not a zilch. Their winning streak right now of 107 consecutive victories is the longest in the VHSL record book for any sport, with the exception of girls tennis, where J.J. Kelly has 128 consecutive victories. Rather unreal to digest and comprehend this. And the 3 goals that they've allowed all season, 2 of them came against Bishop O'Connell, the other one against Colonial Forge in the opening games. So let me step back and say, since that point, they've outscored opponents 119-0. They've won 4 straight state titles, and they look to be the odds-on favorite to win a 5th. Other teams in their region in terms of seeds are Poquoson, the number 2 seed, taking on 7th-seeded New Kent today. York is the 3 seed, taking on 6th-seeded Lakeland today, and 4th-seeded Colonial Heights up there in the Richmond area hosting 5th-seeded Bruton. Semis of that region is tomorrow, the championship at the highest seed coming up on Thursday. This region, we'll tell you more about that in just a second, as Cox has another chance to add to its lead. We're not even a full 12 minutes into this matchup. Yet to see penalty corners. The wind is picking up out there as you see some of the signage, the USA Field Hockey signage in particular, on your screen blowing a little bit. We'll tell you a couple more of the partners that make our broadcasts and our streams possible here on Cova Sports TV as we move it along. Today's game brought to you by Pain and Gain. Kellam trailing by a count of 4-0 with 2.5 minutes to go in our first frame here. Regional semifinals coming up tomorrow. They will be at the higher seeds or here at the Regional Training Center. A lot of that hinges on who advances. So again, check your local listings and your internet sources, whatever social media outlets that you follow for your favorite team. The championship for Region 5A will be coming up at Green Run High School at 5:30 on Thursday. Green Run's been the host site for the last couple of region finals, if memory serves me right. And this is a strange week where the football games are in the Beach District on Thursday this week as well. Halloween coming up on Friday, but the Beach has varsity football kickoffs at 6:30. Green Run's on bye week this week, so whether they were home or on the road, it did not interfere. They're the top football team in the area at 8-0. Your other football games coming up on Thursday involve Bayside at Ocean Lakes, Princess Anne at Cox, Lansdowne at First Colonial, and Kempsville at Kellam. But there's also another region in Class 5 that involves teams from Hampton Roads that will determine what takes place for the states. We'll tell you more about that here before we get to halftime in our second quarter. But those games starting off today at Nansemond River in the quarterfinals, which feature number 1 seed Maury taking on 8th-seeded Kings Fork, 2nd-seeded Menchville playing 7th-seeded Woodside, 3rd-seeded Nansemond River hosting 6th-seeded Kickintan going on right now, and 4th-seeded Granby playing 5th-seeded Warwick coming up at 6 o'clock tonight as we've got our first corner of the game. We should have a couple of finals on that Maury, Kings Fork, and Menchville Woodside. In fact, if you're on our chat box on YouTube on Cova Sports TV, you can always join the conversation. Let us know who you're pulling for, who you're watching, what you think. And we might let you be a part of the broadcast as well. But we'll check for those scores if they're in the books as far as finals go for Region 5B, the 2 games that have already concluded. So Cox trying to use a little bit of clock here as this first period's about to come to a close with this corner. Someone gets away from Bellateri. And 1 frame in the books. Domination so far for Cox, thanks to a couple of goals from Bella Glenn to go with 1 from Natalie Booth and Lily Schrott. 4-0 lead for the Falcons, and we'll take a timeout and come back with second quarter action right here on Cova Sports TV.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah. Like 50% of the air in the house
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You say we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with JES Foundation Repair, a groundworks company.
Life moves fast, but when that Freddy's hits, you can't help but slow down. Freddy's, this is the good stuff.
With 4 Hampton Roads area locations, Freddy's is just a short trip away.
All right, we're back here. Second quarter action about to start at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, where the 3rd-seeded Cox Falcons lead the 6th-seeded Kellam Knights by a count of 4-0 with 1 quarter of action in the books here in the VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals. We've also got 3 other games taking place today across the area in Region 5A. We mentioned other games in 5B. We'll tell you about those here in a moment. Matt Hatfield here with you. Mason Yoder, our producer-engineer, as you are watching this one here, brought to you today by Pain and Gain. Also, some more of our sponsors and partners of today's broadcast include the likes of JES Foundation Repair, family-owned company fixing problems such as foundation issues, termite damage, and uneven concrete. Give them a call today at 757-982-8537. That's 757-982-8537. Tell them you heard about JES on Cova Sports TV, and you can also check out their website at jeswork.com. That's jeswork.com. Foundation repair and waterproofing experts. Schedule your free inspection now by clicking the check availability below when you go to that website. Buy now, pay over time, no interest, no payment for 24 months, 32-plus years of experience. And they are an award winner, the 2024 Super Service Award recipient. If you're just tuning in, Cox is in the green uniforms with the sign-in entry here coming as they go airborne with Cosette Lee to put it into play. Kellam in the white unis with the gold numbers coming into today's matchup at 9-7 overall. Cox at 14-3, and they've been red hot. 11 consecutive wins for the program with the most VHSL state championships, 24 and counting. They've had some decorated coaches over the years. Think of certainly Nancy Folks, Hall of Fame coach. Taylor Roundtree played in this program. Julie Swain before her. And they've really been the gold standard. And Bella Glenn looks like the next superstar for this program with 2 goals today. We mentioned what a freshman season she had, and here comes the game's second corner. As Cox was able to score 4 goals away from the corners in that opening period. This was their second of the day. Kellam still looking for that first corner. We'll see if if Cox can get it into number 2 near your screen here, and that's sophomore Michaela Quinn. And here it is with the entry to Michaela Quinn. Quinn's going to try to get a shot off there, but not the proper angle to get one on the board. Nonetheless, Cox still keeping possession, dominating it on this side of the field right now at this particular juncture. Here comes the Falcons trying to threaten again in the attacking third area, and there's a nifty pass, but it's going to be off the mark as they try to get Annalie Booth a goal that goes wide of the net with just over 12 minutes to go in our first half. Do want to pass along one final we have received, which was in Region 5B today, where Maury, the number 1 seed, was able to defeat the Kings Fork Bulldogs, the number 8 seed, 6-0. So Maury's moving on to the semifinals, where it'll take on either Granby or Warwick at 4 o'clock tomorrow at Nansemond River High School in Suffolk. The other semifinal will take place at 6 o'clock as we wait to get a word on who won between Menchville and Woodside. If you have that, pass it along to us on the X at Hatfield Sports for me, or you can also hit our chat box on Cova Sports TV on YouTube, and we can pass it along to our audience out there if you're watching with us on our stream today. Again, all of our broadcasts brought to you live on Cova Sports TV and also available archive. You can go back and hit the search button on YouTube and punch up all kinds of field hockey action for years and years now, as we've been bringing you many of memorable matchups and playoff games, too, with Cox now in possession from the far side. It's Bella Glenn making a pass. And now Kellam gets it. On the move, here comes Kellam up ahead. And that one's going to go back to some of the signage in the back there by the USA Field Hockey signs. And now here's Cox back with possession. Far side as they navigate the sideline. That black signage. Here's Cox on the move, trying to attack again. And that one gets by one of the Falcons. They're going to chase it down, though, and it's going to go stopping out of play.
Just literally sprinted down the field, and our players can't keep up. And Lane said, was like, I just don't understand. I said, I can tell you right now. Because
Cox now looking to threaten again.
Girls literally go to the vault and run.
And that one's going to bounce off the Kellam keeper. It will stay with the Falcons.
Yeah. I said that's all these girls do is.
Another chance here.
I said this is all these girls do is run. They run. It's a running sprint.
Cox's speed has certainly been on full display here in this opening half.
What do they do at practice? He's like, Lane says that they do drills. I said, oh, they annihilate Kylie. I said.
So here's our third corner.
Corners and stuff. I said they should be running. The first half of practice, they should be running. Just running.
Here's the entry to Bella Glenn. Nifty pass. And it's going to be deflected a couple of different times. Anna Gelwick. But Kellam's able to deny the Falcons of their 5th goal of the half.
Whereas like Kylie was diving, sliding. She said her back hurts again.
Here's Kellam now trying to attack. Navigate up the field. Here on the near sideline. It's going to be intercepted. Cox once again with another terrific defensive play with Anna Gelwick making the intercept, trying to chase it down as Adelie Booth, who's already got 1 goal in today's game, but Kellam able to prevent them from getting another shot on net. And let's hear from another one of our partners that make it possible here at the training center. Chicho's Pizza, the proud partner of the Chicho's Pizza Football Player of the Week. And this week it is none other than Kevin Parker, the quarterback from Denby High School. If you've never been to Chicho's, well, hear more about Chicho's right now.
Here's the thing.
Chicho'sPizza.com for more. Tell them that Chuck, Nick, Matt, and the gang from Cova Sports TV sent you in to get some of the very finest pizza in town. As Cox has a 4-0 lead on Kellam as we are ticking down in our second quarter. Falcons trying to take one step closer to another state playoff berth as they've had tons and tons of them over the years. You see right behind this game with all kinds of fans along the far fence area, there's another game going on right now as we speak, and that is involving Hickory and Ocean Lakes. Hickory, the number 2 seed, and Ocean Lakes, the number 7 seed. Neat little fact, I was looking up some things on field hockey earlier today. Do you know, or did you know, did you know, it used to be part of Sports Center, leading goal scorer for Hickory this year with 20 goals in 17 games as a freshman by the name of Abby Cullen. You don't see that too often, that a freshman leads a team in goals scored. And not far behind her, with 12 goals, is a sophomore by the name of Caroline Jones. So Hickory figures to be in the hunt for years to come. Now, there's been some, since realignment took place to 6 classifications back in, I think it was 2014-15, we've seen some teams move up and down different divisions. I know Great Bridge was once in Class 4. They're now in Class 5, and they're the number 1 seed in Region 5A. We've seen Hickory be in some different regions as well. They once upon a time were in Region 5B, but that's a school to keep an eye on here for years to come as they can threaten some of the dominance of Cox and First Colonial that have been, in many ways, the flag carriers when it comes to VHSL field hockey in Hampton Roads at the Class 5 level. And Great Bridge, of course, won state championships, a bunch of them. When they were in Class 4, they won 3 in a row from 2020 to 2022 and also won one in 2016 in a shootout against Grafton. So some of these schools, even from Chesapeake, are no strangers to competing at a high level and winning a state title. Gloucester lost to Loudoun Valley in the 2023 final, 3-1. And Great Bridge lost in overtime in 2019 to Eastern View. Great Bridge also won one in 2017. So going back to 2016 alone, they have won total of 5 state championships. But Nansemond River, the defending champion Class 5, and they are not the number 1 seed in that Region 5B, but the number 3 seed, taking on 6-seeded Kickingham today. We'll see if they can get back to the state playoffs. Might be on a collision course with, dare we say, number 1 seed Morey in the region final if we had to maybe anticipate what will take place. Kellam's got possession right now. Good pass there from the Knights with number 27, Alana Voches, one of the senior leaders and top scorers for the Kellam Knights. And now Cox in the corner trying to attack closer to the net. Kellam on the move here along the far sideline. That's number 2 for the Knights, and that is Lucy Wilhelm, as we're ticking under 6 minutes to go in our first half. Chance to tell you, too, another one of our partners of our broadcasts on Cova Sports TV is none other than Town Bank. Big thanks to Bob Aston and the folks at Town Bank, where you'll find experienced bankers who are available, accessible, reachable, and have your best financial interests at heart on or off the field. Serving others, enriching lives is what they do. Call or visit Town Bank at townbank.com and find your banker, member FDIC. Under 5 minutes to go now in the first half. Cox has not added to its lead in this quarter, but they really haven't needed to because they scored all 4 of their goals so far in this game within the first 11 minutes of the game. 2 of them coming from sophomore Bella Glenn. And the Falcons continue to dominate possession on the other side of the 50 of Kellam. Looks like we got a substitution there for Kellam running in to your picture. That's Lane Austin. Kellam still looking for a shot on goal.
So I don't know. And like I said,
Cox on the far sideline. That one's going to be out of reach of either a Kellam or a Cox player, as that was, I think, Michaela Quinn trying to get to it. Wilhelm's been one of the main components for Kellam this year in terms of playmaking. We'll see if they can get her on the move in an attack situation. Cox in the shooter's circle again. Short pass. And that one's going to be dumped in for another goal as Anna Gelwick was able to find Annalie Booth for the easy one with 3:53 to go until halftime. Gelwick to Booth. And Booth with her second goal makes it a 5-0 lead for the Cox Falcons here in our first half.
Your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy it in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
That's right, Pain and Gain Sports. You've never been in there and you're a field hockey fan, you have been missing out. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game. That's the slogan as we tick near 3 minutes to go in our first half. Cox with a 5-goal lead on Kellam. Latest connection was Gelwick to Booth to up the advantage. And Cox is really pouring it on. They've had a couple of outbursts here lately. They shut out Kempsville 8-0 just last Thursday. And they're coming off during this run here of dominance. We mentioned the 11 straight wins. How about this factoid for you? They've had 10 consecutive shutouts in that stretch. Blanking the likes of Bayside, Green Run, Kellam, Ocean Lakes, Great Bridge, the top seed in the region, Tallwood, Salem of Virginia Beach, Chancellor, and Princess Anne, as well as Kempsville in that span. The real big margins, 18-0 against Green Run and 15-0 against Salem, as they've hit a different gear in the second half of the season. They really have. And in fact, I mentioned that our Il Giardino Chicken Parm Player of the Week not too long ago was Sammy Terry. That was announced back on October 17th, making clutch saves and leading the defense with confidence and grit. And Sammy has not seen any traffic come her way at all in this first half, as we're down to the last 93 seconds of the half. Some substitutions forthcoming here for, looks like, both teams. And it looks like we're going to have another corner for the Falcons. This is their fourth of the half, third for the period. Yeah, you hear one of the youngsters bouncing the basketball out there. It's almost hoop season, folks. It actually already is for those in the NBA. WNBA concluded not too long ago. There's Bella Glenn with the hat trick, folks. She's got 3 goals in the half. Glenn's third goal makes it Cox 6 and Kellam nada. Bella Glenn really starting to dominate. Cox has produced so many standouts over the years in field hockey, and she's the next one in line here as far as a force goes. Falcons have possession again, not letting up 1 inch. Annalie Booth, who's got a couple of goals herself today. Trying to tightrope the baseline area. Kellam's going to get possession back. And as the half is coming to a close, we'll see one more corner now for the Falcons. And that one's going to be put forward for Cox. Looks like that was by number 17, Bella Terry, if I can see right with that jersey bunched up. I think that was indeed number 17, Bella Terry. So as we hit triple zeros, the penalty corner goal for Cox makes it 7-0, as they are really performing at a high level against Kellam in this matchup, as it looks like they'll be moving on to the semifinals in the region coming up tomorrow, awaiting the winner of the other matchup that's going on right now as we speak behind us in the 2-7 game, and that, of course, featuring the likes of Hickory and Ocean Lakes. We'll step aside here from some of the partners that make our broadcast possible here on Cova Sports TV. You're watching VHSL Region 5A Field Hockey Playoff action. Now this from our partners.
Same as lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told, with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
Working at ASC has been one of the best experiences of my life. Actually wanting to get up and come to work every day, knowing that you're going to learn something new.
It's a new challenge every day, new projects, new designs. It is always something new and exciting going on around here.
Everybody here that I've talked to seems to really enjoy their job and really love coming into work every single day. When you work in that type of environment every day, it just makes it easier to come in the next day.
We're always here to back each other up and help each other out whenever we need it. ASC is like a family.
They really enable everyone here to grow into whatever they need to in their position and get the additional training, get the additional education, and they really do help to make it flexible within your work schedule to be able to make that happen.
We'll work with them to help them figure out how to get from step A to step B. A lot of times it might include taking some educational classes at the community college, as well as on-the-job training. If it's a skill like welding, we might send them to Saturday welding school for 10 Saturdays.
If you have a lot of experience in doing what you're doing, that's great. Come on in, come apply. If you don't have any experience, that's fine too. We will teach you. A lot of what we do here at ASC is to develop careers. Some of the other benefits that we have here at ASC, which are very strong, health insurance, dental insurance, vision, supplemental insurances, a 401k plan, that's a safe harbor plan.
The benefits, the surprise bonuses, the company is very understanding and adjusting rates with inflation and things like that. They've definitely made it worthwhile.
When you come here, you might think that you know what it will look like, but 5 years down the road, you might find yourself a plant supervisor. You never know.
We got 1 minute till the second half gets underway. Cox on top of Kellam 7-0 here in the VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals. Moving on to the semis. Falcons look like they're halfway there. And they'll probably be taking on the Hickory Hawks, the number 2 seed. We can tell you at the half, getting ready to start their third period. Hickory leads Ocean Lakes by a count of 4-0. And Hickory right now sitting at 15-2 overall on the year. Their only losses coming to Poquoson 5-4 back on September 19th. And Great Bridge, their Chesapeake and Southeastern District rival, 2-1 on October the 8th. They've been on a 3-game, about to be 4-game winning streak, we would suspect, before a really, really interesting regional semifinal clash coming up on Tuesday. And with Hickory being the higher seed, I do not know if that game will be played in Chesapeake or that game will be played here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. But we'll pass it along if we know before we sign off today. We have another game coming up after this one, and that's going to feature the number 1 seeded Great Bridge Wildcats in action as they'll be playing the number 8 seeded Kempsville Chiefs. So we're about ready to start the second half. To recap the scoring real quickly for you in this one, first goal came for Cox courtesy of Adelie Booth on an assist from Lauren Templeton. Bella Glenn had the next 2 goals, just 2 minutes and 3 seconds apart. Lily Schott had the 4th goal of our game to make it 4-0 in favor of Cox before we even hit the 4-minute mark. Lily Schott's goal making it 4-0 Cox. And then in the second period, Cox was quiet until they got 3 goals in the last 3:53. It was Anna Gelwick finding Adelie Booth for her second goal. Bella Glenn with the hat trick, her 3rd goal at the 45-second mark of the half. And then, of course, the other goal coming from Bella Terry to make it a 7-goal advantage for Cox in their matchup here against the Kellam Knights. So Cox moving from left to right now in the green unis. Kellam in the white jerseys with the gold numbers going from right to left, as it'll be Kellam now with possession as they try to get restarted here from the far side. It looks like that was, if I saw it correctly, number 18, Carly Porter, one of their key senior leaders. And that one going out of play. Cox back with possession. They're a much different looking team, I would say, than what Kellam saw back on September 30th. Really hitting their stride at the right time of the year, which you want to when the postseason commences. There's a chance for Kellam to get one on the board here, but cutting her off right before she could get to it. Oh, they stay with it and they get a goal. I tell you what, Morgan Pennington, the sophomore we highlighted, it looked like Cox was cutting her off with Michaela Quinn, but they stayed on it, and what a job there for Kellam to get on the board with Morgan Pennington. That has to feel sweet for them. You don't want to get shut out in a playoff game, and you love what happened there to make it in favor of Cox 7-1 as opposed to 7-0. So Kellam, mounting a comeback here to erase a 7-goal deficit. I mean, you almost have a better chance of hitting the lotto than that occurring. Nonetheless, though, Kellam has to feel like they're still competing against one of the best in the state. And not lying down against them. Here's Cox on the move. Trying to squeeze one through again. That one's going to bounce off the post with Bella Glenn. So the Knights scoring with Morgan Pennington at the 13:34 mark. Kellam this year again coming in at 9-7. They lost in overtime their first game of the year 2-1 to the defending state champs in Nansemond, then took 2 more blemishes against private schools Norfolk Academy and Trinity Episcopal. Of course, the big storyline for Norfolk Academy this year was the coaching change from the Hall of Famer Mary Werkheiser. She was recently inducted into the NFHCA Hall of Fame after 30 years and just an awesome career. Now part of the Hockey on the Turf with Beanie podcast. And then taking over for her was Natalie Holder, who played at Kent State and had assistant coaching stints at Syracuse. Christopher Newport spent the last 12 years with Old Dominion and was the associate head coach from 2019 to 2025. And as I tell you all of that, guess what just happened? Another goal for Cox with 12:01 to go in our third period as they don't waste any time to strike. So Cox makes it 8-1. But going back to what I was discussing before that goal, they then responded from the 0-3 start by beating Lansdowne, lost at First Colonial, but then beat Maury, number 1 seed in Region 5B, Green Run, Ocean Lakes, and then they played some more tough teams. Cox, Gloucester out of district got them, and then they've kind of hit their stride down the stretch here, winning 5 of their last 6 games coming into today, and the one loss in that span was to Great Bridge, 4-1. That latest Cox goal, by the way, sort of a breakaway, if you will, by number 14, Adelie Booth. So Booth, she's also got herself a hat trick to go with the hat trick for Bella Glenn, her third goal of the day. And as always, you can always go. The neat thing about watching on Cova Sports TV on YouTube is you can always fast forward and go back to certain points and watch those highlight reel plays. And we bring you all kinds of sports action, whether it's field hockey, soccer, lacrosse, football, and podcasts too, you name it. We've got it all for you here on Cova Sports TV as Kellam now trying to dig out, trailing it 8-1 in this matchup for the Region 5A quarterfinals. I think for folks that have not followed Cox all year long, you've learned a lot about Bella Glenn today, sophomore, and Adelie Booth, the lone senior, also a big part of their pursuit of another championship, both at the regional level and state level as well, as this is going to be Anna Gelwick from the side. So we told you one of the finals. We're still waiting to hear from folks out there who won that matchup earlier in Region 5B. Maury did shut out Kings Fork 6-0. Menchville Woodside. We're waiting to get a score report on that game, and we'll pass it along to you as we're starting to fill out the brackets all across the board in VHSL field hockey. We can tell you there are a couple local teams, including one from the Beach District in Region 6A, as Region 6A has number 8 seed Manchester at number 1 seed Cosby today. 5-4 matchup is number 5 seed Grassfield at number 4 seed Oscar Smith. Lansdowne out of the Beach is the number 7 seed at number 2 seed Thomas Dale tonight, and number 6 seed J.R. Tucker at number 3 seed Western Branch. Their region semis are at higher seeds on Wednesday, and the championship coming up on Thursday. So we've pretty much covered all of the local matchups with the exception of one region that we'll tell you about, and the TCIS, the private schools, which we'll pass along to you now. Region 4A, as we watch another penalty corner for Cox here, as this will be put into play here with just under 9.5 minutes to go in our third quarter. We'll watch this corner and then tell you about Region 4A, where Gloucester is the number 1 seed. They get it into Bella Glenn, makes a nice pass, gets it back from her teammate, and that one's going to be deflected off the rebound. Another chance for Cox. And they're going to lose the handle, yet they come back up with it. That was Adelie Booth with another couple of chances, and we got another corner coming up for the Falcons here. Beg your pardon, they're actually going to say it's now Kellam possession, rather. So Cox, which has not had as many corners as they have in some games, really in complete control of that department for much of our second and third quarters. And while they get a breather here, we'll take a breather too and hear from another one of our partners that make our broadcast possible here at the Plex and the Training Center. This is Portco.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Call 757-399-2444 and visit portco.org. Find your pathway to employment. It's your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. They focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Our friends at Portco. Timeout with 8:53 to go in our third quarter. Cox on top of Kellam, 8-1 in the region quarterfinals. We told you on the field right behind this one, you have the Hickory Hawks and Ocean Lakes Dolphins. Hickory, the number 2 seed, leading number 7 seed Ocean Lakes. That was 4-0 at the break. We'll give you a final when we do receive it here for you today. And still to come on Cova Sports TV, expected to start right around 5:30 Eastern. It'll be the number 1 seed, Great Bridge, taking on the number 8 seed, and that is Kempsville. Back to what we were saying a little while ago, the playoff pairings we haven't told you for Region 4A. Gloucester is the number 1 seed, hosting number 8 seed Phoebus in a quarterfinal tonight at 7 o'clock. About to start in about 5 minutes from now is number 4 seed Jamestown and number 5 seed Lafayette. That part of a doubleheader quarterfinal at Gloucester High. The other doubleheader quarterfinals taking place at Bailey Field on the peninsula over there in Yorktown. It's number 2 seed Scrafton playing number 7 seed Smithfield right now as we speak. And number 3 seed Warhill taking on number 6 seed Manor. Manor out of the Eastern District in Portsmouth. And that's a 5:15 scheduled start over there for that matchup. And that ball is going to roll out of play along the far side of the fence. You see some of the coats and sweatshirts out. It is autumn-like, getting closer and closer to Halloween and wintertime. There is some rain in the forecast, not until about 10 o'clock tonight, but dipping down to 59 degrees right now in Virginia Beach. Cox on the move yet again as we watch them advance it up the field with none other than number 7 for them. That's Rose Holland, one of a handful of juniors for Cox. They have, looks like 4 or 5 on the roster this season. Falcons trying to nudge it over to Bella Glenn, but it's going to be Kellam possession now as they move it towards midfield, and we get another whistle. So right around midfield, it's going to be hit by Carly Porter. Falcons on the move. And it's going to be hit out of play by Ava Amuel. Do wonder if Cox had rematches with the teams that beat them. Norfolk Academy, Collegiate, Trinity Episcopal, how those would go. There's Booth, who's already got a hat trick today. Trying to do more damage. It's weird to say that it's been a little bit of a drought for Cox in terms of championships, championship drought. Their last state championship coming in 2022 when they beat Nansman River 2-0. And that capped the four-peat that they had under Coach Roundtree. But the last 2 years did not get to the finals. Nansman River beating First Colonial and Independence beating FC in the title game. And if you just blinked, you missed it. 9-1, Cox has added to its lead as the latest goal is slapped through there. I'll get you that number here in just a second. Number 1, it was in fact. Okay, I thought so. Appreciate that, Mason. That was scored by Lily Schrott, her second of the day. So that increases the lead with 6:25 to go in our third period. We'll see if both teams trying to get some of the subs in. Double team coming there. Now Kellam trying to get it away from number 11. Beg your pardon. That's not number 11. That is actually, we'll give you a check on that. It might have been another number 17, Bella Terry. I think that is indeed Terry with that bunched up jersey. And going down to the turf is Kellam's number 17, and that was Molly Buden. She's had a really fine season for them, the senior midfielder and defender. Coach Morgan's going to have to replace a host of key seniors from this team. But in many ways, they've been one of those teams that's been dangerous under the radar at times in the beach, where certainly the flag carriers, the favorites have been Cox and FC. Here's Kellam from the side. It's going to be poked away there. Leah Davies had it for a brief moment. Michaela Quinn. And now Kellam with Kylie Smith. Bella Glenn ends up with possession. Playing a little cat and mouse right now with Kellam's Molly Buden. And the keep away effective enough here as the clock continues to tick down under 4 minutes remaining in our third period. Chance for us to mention another one of our proud partners. That's AstroTurf. Since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic, sport-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf. Really nice turf here for the field hockey, and over there on the football side of things, where they play football and soccer at the Plex right next door. It looks like we got a corner. And we just mentioned AstroTurf, so let's hear more from AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Empty on that corner were the Falcons. They've already got at least, I believe, 3 in this period, and looks like now 7 or 8 have lost track here for the game. Almost easy to lose track of how many goals they've scored with a 9-1 advantage. Kellam now on the reset with Molly Buden. Gets it over to her teammate and Lucy Wilhelm. Those two have been major attackers throughout the season. But Cox, almost like they've got a wall up. And that one was intercepted by Michaela Quinn. Kellam coming right back with Brooklyn Carey. That one rolls over to the USA field hockey signage. Been so cool to be a part of a bunch of the USA field hockey events that have taken place during the summertime here at the Regional Training Center. USAfieldhockey.com to learn more about all the different things they do as they continue to grow the game and succeed internationally, part of their motto. Down to our last 90 seconds of the third as we get closer and closer to the Hickory-Cox showdown. People will be looking forward to that so very much coming up on Tuesday. Cox on the move here. Last 35 ticks. Cox trying to get to double figures now. And they're going to get a corner to try to get there before we head to the fourth and final. So Cosette Lee ready to put this into play. And they will actually just head to the fourth with a 9-1 tally in favor of Cox. And we'll step aside too. Falcons moving closer to the state playoffs as they're well on their way to the region semis. Back with more here on our broadcast of VHSL Region 5A Field Hockey quarterfinal action from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach on COVA Sports TV.
Yes!
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Boom.
Wait.
First down. Let's go.
Touchdown, Texas! Any gate can be a tailgate.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
All right, we can pass along to you as we heard from our great friends at Capelli Sport. The game has come to an end. There will not be a fourth quarter. The mercy rule in effect as the Cox Falcons defeat the Kellam Knights today by a count of 9-1. Multiple goals from the likes of Bella Glenn, Lily Schrott, and Adelie Booth. In fact, hat tricks for both Booth and the sophomore sensation, Glenn. 3 goals each for them. Kellam's lone goal coming in that third quarter from Morgan Pennington, who's also a 10th grader of note. So for our entire broadcast team, including our director, Mason Yoder, I am Matthew Hatfield. We thank you for watching. Stick around because coming up at about 5:30 Eastern or so, could be a few minutes before or after, we've got another game coming your way, which is the top-seeded Great Bridge Wildcats taking on the 8th-seeded Kempsville Chiefs. So until then, we say so long, everyone.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Craving something hot, cheesy, and delicious? Well, we have the place for you. Melty at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach. Freshly grilled melts with bold flavors, gooey cheese, and the crunch you crave. Enjoy the Cuban, patty melt, melty clubs, barbecue brisket, turkey avocado, and top it off with the milkshake. Melty is family owned and operated and is your restaurant for amazing melts and much more. See you at Melty, where every bite melts just right.
It's 757 Saturday Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield and the one and only Coach Ed Young, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on COVA Sports TV. From high school football and basketball to the NFL, MLB, college sports, and the NBA, if it's making headlines, they are breaking it down. Bold takes, big-time guests and a few laughs, especially at the expense of that basketball coach, Ed Young. Catch it on Cox TV and your view, and don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube at Cova Sports TV.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Grow the game.
Grow the game. What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out
and taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
Working at ASC has been one of the best experiences of my life. Actually wanting to get up and come to work every day, knowing that you're going to learn something new.
It's a new challenge every day, new projects, new designs. It is always something new and exciting going on around here.
Everybody here that I've talked to seems to really enjoy their job and really love coming into work every single day. When you work in that type of environment every day, it just makes it easier to come in the next day.
We're always here to back each other up and help each other out whenever we need it. ASC is like a family.
They really enable everyone here to grow into whatever they need to in their position and get the additional training, get the additional education, and they really do help to make it flexible within your work schedule to be able to make that happen.
We'll work with them to help them figure out how to get from step A to step B. A lot of times it might include taking some educational classes at the community college, as well as on-the-job training. If it's a skill like welding, we might send them to Saturday welding school for 10 Saturdays.
If you have a lot of experience in doing what you're doing, that's great. Come on in, come apply. If you don't have any experience, that's fine too. We will teach you. A lot of what we do here at ASC is to develop careers. Some of the other benefits that we have here at ASC, which are very strong: health insurance, dental insurance, vision, supplemental insurances, a 401k plan, that's a safe harbor plan.
The benefits, the surprise bonuses, the company is very understanding and adjusting rates with inflation and things like that. They've definitely made it worthwhile.
When you come here, you might think that you know what it will look like, but 5 years down the road, you might find yourself a plant supervisor. You never know.
Working at ASC has been one of the best experiences of my life. Actually wanting to get up and come to work every day, knowing that you're going to learn something new.
It's a new challenge every day, new projects, new designs. It is always something new and exciting going on around here.
Everybody here that I've talked to seems to really enjoy their job and really love coming into work every single day. When you work in that type of environment every day, it just makes it easier to come in the next day.
We're always here to back each other up and help each other out whenever we need it. ASC is like a family.
They really enable everyone here to grow into whatever they need to in their position and get the additional training, get the additional education, and they really do help to make it flexible within your work schedule to be able to make that happen.
We'll work with them to help them figure out how to get from step A to step B. A lot of times it might include taking some educational classes at the community college, as well as on-the-job training. If it's a skill like welding, we might send them to Saturday welding school for 10 Saturdays.
If you have a lot of experience in doing what you're doing, that's great. Come on in, come apply. If you don't have any experience, that's fine too. We will teach you. A lot of what we do here at ASC is to develop careers. Some of the other benefits that we have here at ASC, which are very strong: health insurance, dental insurance, vision, supplemental insurances, a 401k plan, that's a safe harbor plan.
The benefits, the surprise bonuses, the company is very understanding and adjusting rates with inflation and things like that. They've definitely made it worthwhile.
When you come here, you might think that you know what it will look like, but 5 years down the road, you might find yourself a plant supervisor. You never know.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Authentic Italian cuisine can be found in just one place in Hampton Roads, Il Giardino Ristorante in Virginia Beach. Il Giardino offers veal, seafood, chicken, pasta, vegetarian, and pizza creations. Add the sounds of the piano bar and lounge, and it's no wonder Il Giardino is such a popular local spot. Open daily at 5 p.m.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators, losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Craving something hot, cheesy, and delicious? Well, we have the place for you. Melty at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach. Freshly grilled melts with bold flavors, gooey cheese, and the crunch you crave. Enjoy the Cuban, patty melt, melty clubs, barbecue brisket, turkey avocado, and top it off with the milkshake. Melty is family owned and operated and is your restaurant for amazing melts and much more. See you at Melty, where every bite melts just right.
And Athletic Department of Kempsville High School, Great Bridge High School, and the Virginia High School League hope you enjoy this interscholastic athletic contest. Please remember that no use of tobacco or consumption of alcoholic beverages is allowed at VHSL athletic events. Chesapeake Public Schools and Virginia Beach Public Schools thank CHKD Sports Medicine for providing our certified athletic trainers. Whether your child is playing youth sports or on the road to Olympic glory, the sports medicine team at CHKD is dedicated to the treating of illness and injury in pediatric and adolescent athletes. Today's contest is being played through the cooperation of Great Bridge High School, Kempsville High School, and the Virginia High School League. As supporters of both high schools, you can contribute to our high game standards by remembering that you represent your school just as definitely as a member of your team. Good sportsmanship is a top priority of the Virginia High School League. The manner in which your school is represented is far more important than wins and losses. Cheer for your team, but respect the other team, fans, and game officials. Good sportsmanship is all about respect. Win with humility, lose with grace, and do both with dignity. So conduct yourself as a true sportsman, encouraging through your behavior the practice of good sportsmanship to others.
I love track because I ran it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Virginia Beach Sports Club. Let's meet the teams. First, the 8th seed from Kempsville High School, the Chiefs. We have number 1, Lily Scott. Number 2, Olivia Kelly. Number 4, Natalie Cornstubble. Number 6, Faith Gosher. Number 9, Amy Blum. Number 10, Kendra Mon. Number 11, Emily Vick. Number 18, Maddie Acosta. Number 19, Chloe Gunderson. Number 24, Sophia Mason. And the goalkeeper, Ava Diaz. And now let's meet the 1 seed, the Great Bridge Wildcats, coached by Miss Katie Duke. Number 2, Lily Blevin. Number 16, Lindsay Polish. Number 88, Brooke Pearson. Number 21, Madison Burbank. Number 9, Leah Horlock. Number 8, Natalie Sanders. Number 19, Isabel Steckline. Number 11, Berkeley Steckline. Number 17, Reagan Wagner. Number 7, Fiona Walters. And last but not least, number 15, Olivia Young. At this time, we ask you to please rise and move your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Number 15, Brooklyn Messerschmitt. Number 16, Harris Marner. Number 17, Linda Schroeder. Number 19, Kelsey Dawson. Number 19, Margaret Brandon. Number 20, Lucy Sinnott. Number 21, Molly Foley. Number 22, Paula Krzyzewski. Number 22, Paul Medved. Number 25, Cassie Trump. Head coach, Kenny Warren. And now let's meet the Steamrollers from Great Bend Middle. Number 1, Molly McKenzie. Number 2, Casey Wells. Number 3, Avery Hoffman. Number 4, Charlotte Moss. Number 5, Mason McDonald. Number 6, Taylor Brady. Number 7, Ryan Brady. Number 8, Katie Toole. Number 9, Bernadette Brady. Number 10, Grace Love. Number 11, Carl Fernandez. Number 12, Charlie Robinson. Number 13,
Thank you, and
Brady
good luck to
Hicks.
those schools.
Number 14, Kendall Hall. Number 15, Alyssa Perry. Number 16, Yael Haas. Number 17, Josie Blake. Number 18, Addison Lake. Number 19, Tilda Wilson. Number 20, Jansen Weiss. 21,
And we welcome you to our continuing coverage of VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal field hockey action from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach as the sun is set and it's starting to get a little chillier and a little darker out here on this particular 58-degree Monday night, the final Monday of October 2025. Matthew Hatfield here with you. We got Mason Yoder, our director, engineer, producer extraordinaire. We've also got Nick Senti, Chuck Thornton helping steer the ship from Mission Control as we bring you this matchup featuring the top-seeded Great Bridge Wildcats donning the green uniforms with the gold numbers, taking on the 8th-seeded Kempsville Chiefs with the white jerseys and the red numbers. Kempsville coached by Amber Jones, Great Bridge coached by Katie Duke. The Wildcats of Great Bridge coming in at 15-1 overall on the season. Kempsville with a record of 9-8 on the year, and we'll tell you some of their wins and accomplishments as we move it along here on this particular Monday night for field hockey action. Earlier, Hickory a winner over Ocean Lakes, and Cox a 9-1 victor over the 6th-seeded Kellam Knights to set up a Hickory-Cox Region Semi tomorrow. Winner here gets the winner of the other game that took place earlier between Tallwood and First Colonial. First Colonial, the Class 5 runner-up last year. We're waiting to get a score on that game that happened earlier today, but when we get it, we'll pass it along to you. Great Bridge in the green already threatening here just seconds in against this Kempsville team, and Great Bridge, a program that is no stranger to competing at a high level. One of their leaders, the junior midfielder Lexi Curtis, who had 21 goals and 7 assists last year alone. And this is a program that has lofty expectations, not just her being one of the mainstays, but Leah Orak, 12 goals and 8 assists last year to go with Curtis, and junior Bella Steckline, sophomore Olivia Young, other key components to their success and their defense that has been lights out here as of late. They've won 4 in a row coming into this matchup, and the only blemish for Great Bridge on the year when it comes to what they've done in field hockey, as we've got our first penalty corner. We'll tell you about that in just a second. Let's watch this corner unfold before we give you what Great Bridge has done. And that one's going to be a missile that just goes flying by the net. But their only loss came to Cox back on October 9th, 1-0. They might run into them in the region championship. We shall see. But for Great Bridge, they literally pitched shutouts in their first 8 games of the year, beating Western Branch, Ocean Lakes, Lakeland, Lafayette, Princess Anne, Deep Creek, Poquoson, Oscar Smith. And we mentioned Poquoson with a little emphasis because that's a team that has designs on making the state playoffs there in Class 3 field hockey. And they've been pretty successful under Darcy Shapazi as coach. And they've beaten Hickory this year 2-1, doubled them up. And they come in off these 4 straight wins over Maury, Grassfield, Kellam, and Indian River today. Kempsville not been as potent, been in a very challenging beach district, of course, but for them sitting at 9-8 on the year, a couple of nice wins that they have notched, including out-of-district play against Kickingham to close out the regular season. That was a step forward to get a W in the column. Opened up the year at 4-1, including a 3-game winning streak by beating Bayside, Princess Anne, and Indian River after the loss to Catholic. Did fall to Hickory, did fall to Maury, did fall to Ocean Lakes, First Colonial, Tallwood, and Kellam all beat them. So some of the better teams, and Cox, of course, they have lost to. If they were to pull this off today as an 8 knocking out a 1, it would be certainly a statewide news story for them in this program as they try to keep moving forward and developing under Coach Jones. Let's give you the rosters, though. First for Great Bridge in numerical order, as their lineup's going to consist of the following players. Number 1, it's Harper Harris for Coach Duke's Wildcats. Number 2, Lily Bliven, a freshman forward. And by the way, we've got our first one on the board in this matchup as Great Bridge, with 11:27 to go in the first quarter, strikes first to make it 1-0 as they're able to score on that little tap-in ricochet. Believe that was by number 5 for the Wildcats. Beg your pardon, number 9 for the Wildcats that scored that goal for Great Bridge. And that is Leah Orak, who we talked about just moments ago. So Leah Orak's going to score the game's first goal for Great Bridge here, the sophomore forward, to make it 1-0 in favor of Great Bridge. But Harper Harris for Great Bridge, number 1, a freshman forward. Number 2, another freshman forward, Lily Bliven. Number 4, Addie Head, a sophomore forward for the Wildcats. Number 7 is Fiona Walters, freshman forward. Number 8, Natalie Sanders, a junior forward. Number 9, Leah Orrock, who we just highlighted, had that goal seconds ago. Number 11 is Isabella Steckline. Number 14 is Malaya Austin, freshman midfielder. 15, Olivia Young for Great Bridge, sophomore midfielder, as we get our second corner of this opening period for the Wildcats. Lexi Curtis is number 16, the junior midfielder of note. 17, Reagan Wagner for Great Bridge, sophomore midfielder. 19, Bella Steckline. I think I misspoke and said it was Bella earlier. It was Berkeley Steckline who was wearing number 11, so apologize there. Get that corrected now. Bella's actually number 19 for Great Bridge, the junior midfielder. And you have number 21, Addie Marable. So there you have it. That rounds out the lineup for the Great Bridge Wildcats. As we've got a stroke now coming for number 19, Bella Steckline. It's our first stroke of the day. And she will be attacking against the Kempsville keeper, number 3, Charlie Laveau. And that one's going to be scored through. Put it forward for Bella Steckline off the stroke. 2-0. Great Bridge extends its lead as it comes just 47 seconds after that Leah Orrock goal to put them in front. For Kempsville, their starting lineup today, they actually have listed a couple of different keepers in addition to number 3 who we have there. I'm not sure if that was, in fact, Charlie Laveau or Adrian Carter, because the 2 keepers I have on the roster in front of me list Adrian Carter is 35, Olivia Wintrode at 56. So if anybody out there is watching, they want to correct me with what I don't have right here, please feel free to do so on our chat box on Cova Sports TV. But you have number 1, Lily Scott. Number 2, Olivia Kelly for Kempsville. Natalie Cornstable's number 4. Number 5, Olivia Benicki. 6, Faith Goshert. 7, Gabby McGinty. 8, Atlee Edwards. 9, Amy Bloom. 10, Kendra Mahan. 11, Emily Vick. 12 is Mary Malam. 13, Morgan Fentner. 14, Abilene Moreno. 15, Piper Fowler. 16, Audrey Zawistow. 17, Reese Sandler. 18, Maddie Acosta. 19, Chloe Gunderson. Daniel Adams wearing number 20 as we get another Great Bridge corner. So Gunderson's number 19. Daniel Adams is number 20. Layla Bissett, 21. Julia Lambros, 22. Sophia Mason, 24. Olivia Wise, 25. Mackenzie Moyer, 26. Caroline Jenkins, 28. And Laurel Hicksenbog is 29. And we mentioned the keepers, 35, Adrian Carter, and 56, Olivia Wintrode. Here's the third corner of the period for Great Bridge. And it hits the back of the net. And that means it's 3-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Continuing to dominate here with 8:49 to go in our first quarter. Sometimes you get these lopsided results when you get to region quarterfinal round. Much tighter affairs in the region semis with a state playoff berth on the line and the region championship with seeding set to determine things. And that goal for Great Bridge, courtesy of number 16, it looked like on our camera view. We'll just double check it. But I believe that was number 16 for the Wildcats that had that goal, and that would be Lexi Curtis. So that's who we will give it to, is Lexi Curtis, to make it 3-0 off the corner shot for Great Bridge, trying to find themselves back in the state playoffs. Hiatus last year, region. And as you heard the public address announcer confirming that Leah Orrock had that first goal, but last year, Region 5A. So there you go. Good to know the PA man just confirmed what we thought. So we didn't get anything wrong there. It was indeed Lexi Curtis and Bella Steckline for goals 3 and 2, or 2 and 3, however you want to view it. But last year, Region 5A, putting into the state playoffs the likes of First Colonial and Nansemond River, who ended up going on to play each other in the state championship game. And that was won, of course, by Nansemond River 2-0. The year before that, First Colonial fell to Independence 1-0 in the title game. And if you're wondering how they're going to work it for the regions for this year, we'll tell you that right now, because we have the state tournament format at our fingertips. State quarters will take place on November 4th at the higher seeds. State semis November 8th at the higher seeds. And the championship game is going to be held at Independence High School in Ashburn on Saturday, November the 15th. Now, for what classes? 10 a.m. is Class 4. 12 noon is Class 5. Classes 1 through 3 is at 2 o'clock. And then the Class 6 championship is at 4 o'clock for this particular year. And as far as the state quarters and semis go, looking for the brackets now, which are available on the VHSL website, which you can find at vhsl.org, and then the Max Preps links there give you the brackets. Aha, we've got them. As Great Bridge is threatening yet again, double team comes, they make a nice pass, but Kempsville was able to intercept it for a second there. It looked like with Natalie Cornstable to thwart that opportunity. So here you have it. It's going to be Region A's champ hosting Region B's runner-up in the state quarters. Winner of that game will see the winner of the Region C champ versus Region D runner-up. I like this format. I'll tell you why in a second. Region B's champ takes on the Region A runner-up. Winner of that in the state semi sees the winner of the Region D champ against the Region C runner-up. The reason I like that format is because if the two best teams in the state are from the same region or area, and I don't care if it's from Tidewater or Northern Virginia or what area in the state, you love to see them play each other in the championship game as opposed to the semifinals. You want the very best at the end, not in the round before the end. And that's what you'll get with this. And sometimes you can't control that in sports. We see it in professional sports where you'll have be it basketball, hockey, football, baseball, maybe the two best teams are in a certain conference or league, and then you get to the Super Bowl or World Series or NBA Finals or Stanley Cup Finals, and they end up squaring off against each other. WNBA got it right this year, by the way. They scrapped the conferences and did the seeding. But you'll get that with the VHSL field hockey championships. And I think that's across the board. Let's look at the brackets now for 6 and for the other divisions. Yet Class 6 does the same thing this year. Oh, no, it doesn't. Beg your pardon. A and B are on the same side of the bracket. It looks like they probably cross-bracketed for Class 6. Class 4, Region B and Region D's champs on the same side of the bracket. A and C on the same side of the bracket. In Class 3, it looks like A and B are on opposite sides of the bracket. So there you have it. I think they got it right for Class 5. I'm still kind of figuring it out for Class 6 if they got it right or not. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Great Bridge has gotten it right so far with goals courtesy of Leah Orrock, Bella Steckline, and Lexi Curtis. Their big three all striking in the early going as they have kept it on the other side of the 50 of Kempsville. Wildcats trying to get it away from Olivia Kelly of the Chiefs. On the far side, that was going to head out of play. Our game brought to you today by our friends at Pain and Gain. It's located in the Princess One Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. Princess One Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. Your one-stop shop for all things field hockey, where they carry everything from turf shoes and black sticks to mouth guards and so much more. You can even try out your stick before you buy it. In the synthetic turf area, Pain and Gain, embrace the pain, enjoy the game. And you can also find Pain and Gain on the web at painandgainsports.com. Painandgainsports.com. It gives you a chance to look at what's on sale and clearance and all the different things they have available visually for you. But right now, Great Bridge with a 3-0 lead here. Another penalty corner to the fourth of the period. And another corner coming up after that attempt. It's going to be put into play from Great Bridge on this corner from Leah Orrock. Little tap pass. And the dribbler did not go through. You see Bella Steckline and Berkeley Steckline aligned in the middle for their corners. Here comes another one with Orrock set to put it in. That one booted away, but off the rebound. Little quick shot. And it's going to be scored through for Great Bridge. Looked like Walters had a tap at it, and then off the ricochet, they're able to get their fourth goal of the period. Well, watch the replay just to give you what number had that on the tap in. Looked like that was 16, but we'll try to get clarification on that if that is indeed Lexi Curtis with her second of the day. But from our vantage point, that's who it appeared to be with that latest goal.
Wildcat goal scored by number 16, Lexi Curtis.
All right, public address man. Unassisted off the rebound, confirming that, my lucky guess. So Curtis with her second of the day. Kempsville right now having a hard time of stopping the onslaught. Another corner coming up for Great Bridge. I believe this is their seventh of the frame. We watched in our last game, Cox score 4 goals with Bella Glenn having 2 of those, and Adelie Booth, Lily Sherratt, all of whom had multiple goals in the game, and now another chance to increase it more. Bella Steckline. Oh, what a find, and that was almost put through. That was well designed and nearly executed to perfection until the very end. Just didn't quite have a good hit on the ball. But Great Bridge with at least 7 penalty corners in this first frame. In Kempsville, we're seeing their young roster really have a tough time with this Great Bridge machine here. 4-0, Great Bridge on top of Kempsville with 1 quarter in the books in the VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals. Our game brought to you by our friends at Town Bank. We'll step aside and come back with second quarter action from the Regional Training Center on this final Monday of October 2025. You're watching exclusive coverage of the VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal doubleheader on Cova Sports TV.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah. Like 50% of the air in the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You say we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with JES Foundation Repair, a Groundworks company.
JES Foundation Repair, one of our many partners that help make our broadcasts here on Cova Sports TV possible. We thank you for tuning in. Great Bridge with 4 goals in that first stanza, 2 of which came from Lexi Curtis. The other ones via Bella Steckline and Leah Orrock as we listen to the Jets fly over Oceana, not too far off from us down the road. Matt Hatfield here with you. Mason Yoder, our producer engineer today. Great Bridge trying to join the likes of earlier winners here at the training center. Cox, a 9-1 victor over Kellam and Hickory, which took care of business against Ocean Lakes to make it to the Final Four in Region 5A in our field hockey action today. Brought to you by the good people at Town Bank. Town Bank, you'll find experienced bankers that are available, accessible, reachable, and have your best financial interests at heart. On or off the field, serving others, enriching lives is what they do. Call or visit townbank.com and find your banker, member FDIC. Town Bank all over the Hampton Roads area. Bob Aston and his crew do an awesome job, from checking, savings, lendings, mortgages, and more. They help you with your personal or business financial needs and goals. Check them out on the web at townbank.com. That is townbank.com. If you're just tuning in, Kempsville's in the white uniforms with red numbers. They're 9-8 overall in the season. Great Bridge with the green jerseys and the yellow numbers. And a lot of weaponry here for Great Bridge, which just scored on a goal from far away. Some distance on that shot. You could hear the thud. 5-0. And they had the reset. And then it was delivered home with some power. We'll double check on that latest goal for Great Bridge. Believe it was by number 9, but we'll get confirmation, we hope, on who in fact did have that goal. If that was indeed number 9 for the Wildcats, that would be none other than Leah Orrock with her second. Leah Orrock had her second goal. So Lexi Curtis with an assist, and Orrock with her second goal to make it 5-0 in favor of Great Bridge as they got on the board with 14:10 to go in our second quarter. So already Curtis, maybe she's trying to get herself a Il Giardino Chicken Parm Player of the Week honor with 2 goals and an assist, and we're not even a full 14 minutes gone by in the first half. 5-0 Great Bridge. We've seen a lot of talent on the field here today for Great Bridge, and for Coach Katie Duke has to be thrilled. We were mentioning the rosters earlier. They have 4 freshmen that contribute quite a bit in Fiona Walters, Malaya Austin, Lily Belivin, and Harper Harris. But much like Cox, this whole roster just about is coming back next year. The only one that is a senior, if I'm reading it right, is Mary Steckline, number 11. So, although we have Berkeley Steckline on the roster sheet as number 11. So, one of the Stecklines is a senior. We do know that. And Isabella's been there a while. She's number 19. She's been making plays since her freshman year. And we've got a penalty corner for the Chiefs, so they're not going to go away quietly here. End of the night, as they're going to try to get on the board, much like Kellam did in that third quarter with the goal that they got from Morgan Pennington. It was a thing of beauty. It looked like it was going to disintegrate. They were able to stay with the play. Let's see if the Chiefs can capitalize on their first corner of the evening. Still a bit windy and cool here on this Monday night in October. Chiefs get it into Lily Scott. Rolling to her right. She's going to draw a second corner, as you saw Orrock was trying to swipe it away. So a pretty heady maneuver from Lily Scott. You see 9, Amy Bloom, on the near side of your screen. That Great Bridge keeper, number 88, hopping up and down, trying to stay warm. Tapped over, Scott with the pass, trying to get a little chip in. And Great Bridge with defense. Well done by Olivia Young to thwart that opportunity for Kempsville. So a couple of pretty good looks for Kempsville. They come up empty. Lexi Curtis, no stranger to a hat trick. She had one in a 4-0 shutout of Grassville back on October 15th. Also had a 2-goal, 2-assist game on September 24th against Oscar Smith. And a hat trick against Ocean Lakes in late August when the season was just getting underway. Ella Steckline had 3 assists in that 4-0 shutout of the Dolphins. So here's the latest corner now for Great Bridge. Putting it in will be Orok. Couple of swipes at it, and Kempsville's able to dodge a bullet on that sequence to keep the score at 5-0. I want to thank our great medical team from CHKD Sports Medicine. CHKD Sports Medicine program. It's the home of the region's only comprehensive sports medicine program for young athletes. For same-day or next-day appointment availability, call CHKD Sports Medicine at 668-PLAY. That's 757-668-PLAY. And also check out more about the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters online at chkd.org. Health, healing, hope for all children. You can read about the primary care, specialty care, surgical care, and the stories of hope and so much more when you log on to chkd.org. They celebrated a $100,000 Hope on Wheels grant to support cancer research back in late August, and all kinds of great stories up there with the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. It's a 5-goal lead for Great Bridge as they are closing in on a semifinal date against either First Colonial or Tallwood. We're still waiting for a score on that game from earlier today. FC lost its regular season finale to Norfolk Academy 2-1 back on Friday. And that had ended a nice win streak for the Patriots. They had won, in fact, 8 in a row prior to that. Another corner coming up for the Wildcats. We'll have to see if our man, Mr. Timmons, out there, one of the proudest FC grads, can give us an update on what happened in that game earlier today. That one goes whizzing by number 2 for Great Bridge, Lily Bliven, one of the freshmen. It's getting considerable playing time in this first half. Only other score we've gotten outside of Region 5A so far today in field hockey would be the 5B final that happened in the quarters where top-seeded Maury eliminated Kings Fork 6-0. I believe they're now 14-3 are the Commodores, if I'm not mistaken, here under their first-year head coach, that being Mike Riedel. They lost 4 defensive starters from last year, but having a really fine year to get the top seed in that region. Of course, the Eastern District not as strong as the Southeastern and the Beach. Let's just call it what it is. The Beach is arguably the best in the entire state of Virginia when it comes to field hockey. Northern Virginia is pretty much now becoming almost on par with the 757 and the Beach teams. The Southeastern District's really, really good as well Bay Rivers might be your third strongest league, and the Peninsula and the Eastern District's not quite up to par with the other ones we mentioned with the Beach, the Southeastern, and the Bay Rivers. TCIS has got some quality field hockey too. Norfolk Academy's been a nationally ranked program, and Catholic's pretty good. Some other teams compete at a high level. And Great Bridge staying very aggressive here. Some applause from both sides. Great Bridge happy they got another corner. Kempsville glad they kept them off the board when it looked like it was about to become 6-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Oh, and that one went off a very scary spot for Kempsville. We hope that young lady that just got struck with the ball is okay while she's being tended to by Coach Jones and the medical team. We're going to take a quick timeout, I think, and we'll provide an update. But scary situation here with 5:42 to go in the first half, as there is an injured player for the Kempsville Chiefs who trailed this one against the Great Bridge Wildcats 5-0 in our VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals. We will step aside and come back with more on Cova Sports TV.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury.
Wake up and I find out that it change up. Wait, did it change up? Is it light out yet? Then I find out better. Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed with my arm on face. Face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around. So maybe overcompensate. I said I fly by the dangerous band symbol.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Visit GoCoastGuard.com. You see, walking off there, we're glad to see that she's at least okay there. That's number 4 for the Kempsville Chiefs, senior Natalie Cornstable. Watched the replay again. Couldn't quite tell if she got hit in the chest or facial area, but nonetheless, it came at pretty high speed, and we're glad that she's all right, and she'll get the proper medical care from our team at CHKD that are on site, the training staff, with 5:42 to go in the first half. Natalie, a talented multi-sport athlete who was committed verbally to play Division III NCAA softball at Messiah University in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And she got interest from dozens or so schools, it looks like, and she's been also a factor for Kempsville this year in field hockey. Had an assist in their win over Lansdowne a couple weeks ago, and also had a big goal in a out-of-district victory over Deep Creek last year, and really known for setting up her teammates well. So we wish her a speedy recovery. That's always a dangerous situation when the ball's coming at full speed in these athletic events. Right now, Great Bridge with a 5-0 lead here as they're going to resume play with one of their main contributors that has been all over the field in this one, Bella Steckline. Chiefs trying to keep the damage minimized here as Great Bridge scored 4 goals within the game's first 11 minutes. 2 of those coming from Lexi Curtis, the other ones from Bella Steckline and Leah Orrock. Orrock added the game's 5th goal, her second of the day, on an assist from Curtis. Just literally 50 seconds into play. And beg your pardon, I think I said the first 11 minutes of play. Was there 4 goals in the first 13 minutes of play? For some reason, my brain is stuck on 12-minute periods as opposed to 15. We have 12-minute quarters for football, 15 for field hockey. We watch a trio of white shirts surround Leah Orrock, and it's going to head over to Kempsville. So the Chiefs making some subtle adjustments and trying to battle back, fight back against this top seed in Region 5A. You get the number 1 seed in Region 5A, you're doing something good. Because, again, we've got a team that's been in 2 state championships in this region in First Colonial, another team that's won a VHSL record 24 state titles in Cox, and Hickory, by the way, they're mighty impressive, and they'd be the favorite to win just about any other region in the state if they weren't in 5A. You'd say they're in the wrong region, but they might very well go ahead and win this region. We shall see. They've got a date with Cox coming up in Tuesday's semifinals, trying to punch their ticket to the state playoffs and get a spot in Thursday's regional title game at Green Run High School. And again, if those want to put it on their calendar to go check it out, you can go see the Region 5A finals at Green Run High School on Thursday at 5:30. We probably will have some semifinal action for you here at the Regional Training Center. We sure hope so tomorrow. You also have Region 5B's finals Thursday at 6 o'clock at Nansman River for field hockey. I don't have a date in front of me for the Region 4A finals. Thursday at the highest seed will be the Region 3A finals. And again, you've also got TCIS quarters. I failed to mention who's playing today in those quarters. You have number 8 seed Hampton Roads Academy at number 1 seed Norfolk Academy. 5th seeded Stewards at 4th seeded Walsingham Academy. Number 7 Nansman Suffolk Academies at number 2 seed Catholic. And the 6th seed Norfolk Collegiate at the number 3 seed Cape Henry Collegiate. We see a couple of fresh faces run onto the pitch, and one of those was number 2 for Great Bridge, Lily Bliven. As we're under 2 minutes to go on our first half, which has been dominated by Great Bridge. Here's Orrock trying to run through there to the net, and then Kempsville comes up with a stop from Lily Scott until she loses the ball, and now set to put it in from the side here will be Fiona Walters, part of a quartet of freshmen for the Wildcats. That one gets deflected. Looks like it ended up ricocheting off the stick of Kempsville's number 20, Danielle Adams. 80 seconds to go. Great Bridge on the move. Look at the patience here being displayed from Orrock. And now it's the tug of war, fighting for the ball. Lily Scott trying to get it for the Chiefs. It ends up going over to Olivia Young. And that slippery orange ball is going to go the other direction towards Kempsville here. The Chiefs very persistent right now, not letting Great Bridge just turn this into a total domination. Right now, Great Bridge with the 5-goal lead, but trying to stay competitive in this one. Kempsville pretty alert here around the net right now. They can avoid having an infraction to result in a penalty corner. They might keep Great Bridge from adding to this lead even more. But nonetheless, the Wildcats looking like a number 1 seed. 5-0 on top of the Chiefs as we go to the break here. Under the lights at the Regional Training Center, we've got some middle school soccer next door at the Sportsplex, and you can watch them both simultaneously or check on one and go back to the other on Cova Sports TV. It's our YouTube channel and the home for these VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal field hockey games that we have going on right now. We're going to step aside and hear from some of our partners that make our streams and our broadcasts possible right here from Virginia Beach on Cova Sports TV.
Same is lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told, with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Working at ASC has been one of the best experiences of my life. Actually wanting to get up and come to work every day, knowing that you're going to learn something new.
It's a new challenge every day, new projects, new designs. It is always something new and exciting going on around here.
Everybody here that I've talked to seems to really enjoy their job and really love coming into work every single day. When you work in that type of environment every day, it just makes it easier to come in the next day.
We're always here to back each other up and help each other out whenever we need it. ASC is like a family.
They really enable everyone here to grow into whatever they need to in their position and get the additional training, get the additional education, and they really do help to make it flexible within your work schedule to be able to make that happen.
We'll work with them to help them figure out how to get from step A to step B. A lot of times it might include taking some educational classes at the community college, as well as on-the-job training. If it's a skill like welding, we might send them to Saturday welding school for 10 Saturdays.
If you have a lot of experience in doing what you're doing, that's great. Come on in, come apply. If you don't have any experience, that's fine too. We will teach you. A lot of what we do here at ASC is to develop careers. Some of the other benefits that we have here at ASC, which are very strong, health insurance, dental insurance, vision, supplemental insurances, a 401k plan, that's a safe harbor plan.
The benefits, the surprise bonuses, the company is very understanding and adjusting rates with inflation and things like that. They've definitely made it worthwhile.
When you come here, you might think that you know what it will look like, but 5 years down the road, you might find yourself a plant supervisor. You never know.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out
and taking it all in.
Here, happiness
happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
All right, second half about to start here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, where it's Great Bridge on top of Kempsville, 5-0. Matt Hatfield here with you. We've got Mason Yoder, our director for today's broadcast, and we can pass along a couple more scores for you. Over in Region 4A, the Grafton Clippers Mercy ruled Smithfield and got a win 7-1. They led 6-1 at the break in that one, and that was Grafton, the number 2 seed, ousting the number 7 seed Smithfield over at Bailey Field. We can also tell you that, as we're still waiting for a Tallwood First Colonial score, Warhill led Manor at the half 8-0. Warhill, the 3 seed, Manor, the 6 seed. So it looks like a Grafton-Warhill 2-3 matchup is going to happen in the regional semifinals in 4A. Nansman River, a 13-0 win today for the defending Class 5 state champs as they eliminate Kickingham, the number 6 seed. Hickory, a winner earlier today, 8-0 over Ocean Lakes, as the number 2 seeded Hawks will take on the number 3 seeded Cox Falcons, who you watched earlier. And if you didn't watch earlier, you can go back and watch it here on this same exact stream and link. Just hit the rewind button as Cox beat Kellam 9-1. So we do have a Cox Hickory, Cox and Hickory, Cox the 3, Hickory the 2 semifinal matchup coming up on Tuesday. And if we do have confirmation that that's going to be here at the training center before we sign off, we will tell you that. But so far for Great Bridge, of their 5 goals, they've gotten 2 apiece from the likes of Leah Orrock and Lexi Curtis, and also an additional goal from Bella Steckline in building this 5-goal lead for Coach Katie Duke's squad. Continuing to look like one of the top contenders for the VHSL Class 5 field hockey trophy. Great Bridge with the green jerseys and the yellow numbers going from right to left here. Kempsville coming in at 9-8 overall in the season. And Nansman River graduated 9 players from last year's state championship team, 5 of which started. But looking like they're still going to be a tough out in 5B. 11 penalty corners for Great Bridge in the first half. Able to score off of one with Lexi Curtis, as well as another one off of Lexi Curtis. And this being their 12th of the game. Kempsville had 2 corners in that second period, came up empty on each one of them. Off the rebound, nice save with the stick there for Kempsville, as that was initially hit by Great Bridge's Lexi Curtis, and then Isabella Steckline came over to get a tap at it too. Believe that save was from just outside of net for Kempsville. Trying to get you a number on who that was that prevented it from being a disaster for the Chiefs and making it 6-0. Oh, we want to thank FC Field Hockey for watching on Instagram. Give them a follow. They just are listening to us and sent us a message. First Colonial beat Tallwood today 7-1. So congrats to FC on that victory, as they will be moving on to the semis against most likely Great Bridge here coming up on Tuesday. So great job for those young ladies as they beat Tallwood 7-1 today. They've got a terrific program over there at First Colonial. Always in the hunt. We talk about in the beach, FC and Cox continuing the tradition that's been established over there. There's a couple of looks at it for Great Bridge. First one coming from number 15 for them, Olivia Young. The other one from Nadia DeVerne, the sophomore defender. A lot of talent on that FC roster this year. Isadora Kitzmiller, a VCU commit, one of those defensive stars for them. Addie Savoy, first team All-State. Last year had 9 shutouts, 110 saves in the cage. That has the makings to be an awesome double dip listen, I have no say on where these games are played, and Coach Megan Smart has just continued on the tradition at FC. We know about what Coach Beanie did at FC with putting them in the championship mix year after year after year. But if you have on Tuesday, folks, and you're a fan of field hockey, First Colonial against Great Bridge and Hickory against Cox, those are two fabulous games. And it's again, I have no say where it should be, but it's my hope they have them both here. Those are two games. You put them back to back, double headers. That's really as good as it gets. It looks like we've had a stoppage of play. I'm not sure what exactly it is. If there's something injury related, looks like there's a young lady for Kempsville. I believe that's number 15, who was returning onto the field here, and that is in fact a Piper Fowler. But those are two superb games. There'll be some other good field hockey action around the area, but I mean, look, I'll just be perfectly blunt with you all here. I think 5A is as good a region as you're going to find in the state. You have those four teams in the semifinal rounds, and again, this is barring some type of dramatic comeback here. That if it happened for Kempsville, it would make the Chiefs graduates, all the alums, delirious. And Mason might actually give me 25 double takes if they actually score 6 goals here. But in all seriousness, those four teams are all championship caliber teams, which you don't get in every region when you get to the semifinal round. Programs that have been in the state championship, won state championships, and annually go deep in the playoffs. So, and even though Nansemond River is the defending champ in 5B, if you took any one of these four teams that'll be playing in the semis on Tuesday, they very well could knock them out or go win 5B. And I think that's pretty well understood in field hockey circles. See what I did there with circles? There you go. As we've got with 9 minutes and change to go in this third period, looks like a couple more lineup changes. Pass over to Lily Scott. Check that, Olivia Kelly, rather, with that delivery. And now Lily Scott's going to pick it up on the reset here for Kempsville. Chiefs would love to at least get one on the board. Feel a little better about themselves in their season. They've had here at 9-8 on the year. Kellam was able to get that third quarter goal in its mercy ruled defeat that they suffered earlier today against Cox. There's Great Bridge with the feed. Lee Bliven. I'll tell you what I would love to see too, and I'm gonna start something on social media to get people all. I don't know. I get them upset. I get people starting some chatter and conversation. They should start putting together a list of maybe like an all-decade team for some of these power programs. The best 10 players that you've had in a decade. We mentioned FC earlier. I got a chance to interview a couple years back Grace Dixon, who was one of their awesome players that they produced. And so many have gone on to play at the next level. A ton of these young ladies have competed with USA Field Hockey and in various events from the summertime to now. I know there's with club teams or with their high school team. But it'd be pretty cool to put together any type of list. Maybe I will task this to Beanie and Mary as the field hockey experts in the 757. I don't have to be a part of it because I'm not the expert, but it would be cool to put together a list of some of the best from the schools or even just the area, like a top 50 list from the last 10, 20 years. See how people, see what they can have their agrees. There's no right or wrong answer to that list, but, it'd be pretty cool to do. And we're at the quarter century of 2025. So there you go. You could, and you might be hard pressed to give 50 players in the last 25 years, but some type of list. It'd be cool to get the conversation stirred and going. I'd like to see that. Maybe others can vouch for the same thing as well. So we watch the Wildcats with a 5-goal lead here. You could almost even have a tournament bracket of the best players to come out of the area, let people vote on that, put it up on Cova Sports TV, and let them cast their vote for their favorite or who they think is the best, and that could be named, like you win the bracket. Yeah. Coming up with ideas on the fly here with 6.5 minutes to go, and this 5-goal lead for the Wildcats. it would require a lot of research and a lot of time and a lot of effort. But there's never anything wrong with that. As the Wildcats here from the sign, get ready to put it in with Mary Steckline. So you've ticked under 6 minutes to go in the third. Been more of a methodical type of style here for Great Bridge in the third quarter. Not quite the breakneck pace. Great Bridge did not play First Colonial in the regular season, but they did play, however, Cox. Lost that game we mentioned 1-0 on October the 9th. As far as what Hickory did this season, and we go to their statistics and their record, I'm sure people wondering, did Hickory happen to play the Cox Falcons during the year? Well, we look at Hickory's only 2 blemishes. They're 15-2 coming into today. They lost to Poquoson 5-4 and Great Bridge 2-1. Did not have a matchup with Cox. It'll be the first encounter on each side between Great Bridge and First Colonial, as well as Cox and Hickory. You get the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all moving on, it does appear. Other corner now for Great Bridge. I believe this is their 14th of the game. All 5 of their goals so far coming before halftime. And a whistle. I think they started that one too soon. So here's the redo. An unselfish play there and passing from the Wildcats between numbers 19 and 16. Of course, we're talking about for Great Bridge. Those are the likes of 2 players we've highlighted throughout our broadcast today. Number 19 being Bella Steckline and number 16, Lexi Curtis. And here comes another corner for them. Didn't get quite a good shot on it or swipe at it for Great Bridge on that attempt for Curtis. Wind having an effect here. Looks like there's some rain starting to fall as well on this chilly October night. You see some of the rain fall under the lights at the RTC. Great Bridge staying pretty deliberate right now. And Bella Steckline was trying to get a clean hit on that one as it goes sailing out of play. Chance to highlight another one of our partners here at the training center in Virginia Beach Sportsplex, and that is One Life Fitness. One Life, One Inspire Life. They're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of the 8 convenient locations across Hampton Roads and visit the website online at onelifefitness.com and claim a free trial pass. That is One Life Fitness. And again, onelifefitness.com on the web to learn more about every journey. Welcome. Find the nearest One Life Fitness to you. And some of the member benefits, classes, training, and options that they have at your fingertips. Speaking of One Life Fitness, as we watch this penalty corner, you'll hear from them in just a moment. We'll watch the corner real quickly, and then you can hear more from One Life Fitness. But here is the unofficially 16th corner of the day. You got to have some small accomplishments. Kempsville would call it a small feat, I guess, if they can keep Great Bridge off the board in this quarter after giving up 5 in the first half. And that one just goes whizzing by. Didn't quite go through for number 16 of Great Bridge, Lexi Curtis, who's had herself a heck of a day with 2 goals and an assist. And you'll always have a good day when you stop in at One Life Fitness. Yes, you will. What's that? I set it up. Yeah, that's right, too. I need to get me some exercise in there, I tell you right now, because it's a little, instead of trying to get my 15,000 steps a day, which I do with the Fitbit, it's getting a little too cold for some of that right now. And the rain, when it starts falling too, ooh, it becomes very problematic. Now, there is some rain in the forecast for tomorrow. As I look at the Doppler, and I'm no meteorologist, it's 96% chance of rain tomorrow. So if there's no thunder boomers, and depending on how substantial the rainfall is, I don't know if there will be any rescheduling of games or not. But again, stay tuned to your local outlets and online sources that you check regularly when there is some weather in the area. I know there's some rain in the forecast as well for Thursday, which could have an effect on region championships for field hockey as well as some of the football games. But again, if there's no lightning and the rain is tolerable, not flooding like rain, don't play these games with turf, especially now that you have all these turf surfaces. I think I saw a stat the other day in pro football. Everybody's played a game on turf except the Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry, have played on grass except the Colts, who's had every game on turf this year. Go figure. They're leading the AFC right now. Leading this game right now, it's Great Bridge, 5-0 on top of Kempsville. Fourth quarter is on the way after our timeout. You're watching VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal action on Cova Sports TV.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
Yes!
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom.
Wait.
First down. Let's go.
Touchdown, Texas!
Any gate can be a tailgate.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Grow the game. Grow the game.
And we're back here on Cova Sports TV. It's your one-stop shop for everything sports in Hampton Roads and all over Virginia and beyond. Whether you're watching field hockey action like this or soccer, lacrosse, middle school, high school, you name it. Atlantic Shores football, Virginia Beach United, 757 Sports Talk with yours truly, Matt Hatfield, and the coach Ed Young on Saturdays, and so much more. We've got it for you, your sports connection. It's Cova Sports TV, and it is the VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals, where the Great Bridge Wildcats are less than 15 minutes away from joining others that'll be in the semifinals coming up on Tuesday, like Cox, First Colonial, and Hickory. Earlier today, Hickory an 8-0 winner over Ocean Lakes. You had a chance to watch Cox defeat Kellam 9-1 in a mercy rule game that concluded before 60 minutes of play was done. And First Colonial also won over at Tallwood High School. They got the job done in their game by a count of 7-1. So Final Four just about set for Region 5A. B with the defending Class 5 state champion Nansemond River Warriors. They had a win 13-0 earlier today as they were able to oust their opponent, the number 6 seed Kickitan. Maury, the number 1 seed, beats Kings Fork earlier today 6-0. Still waiting to get those scores from Minchville, Woodside, and Granby Warwick. Here is the latest penalty corner for Great Bridge. And the Wildcats with that horn, boop, boop. They make it 6-0 with 13:25 to play as they add to the lead. Another corner, another goal. And I think that will probably do it here, folks. That one was a ricochet deal. Looks like that combination of 15 and 9 helping make it possible for Great Bridge. And that duo, that is the conclusion there. That combination of 15 and 9, Leah Orrock and Olivia Young. 5:30, so you just heard it. Same place, same time. Be here from the public address announcer. Great Bridge a winner, 6-0 over the Kempsville Chiefs, and that's going to wrap up our coverage. We thank you all for tuning in. Leah Orrock, Bella Steckline, Lexi Curtis and company. Very impressive as they move the record to 16-1 on the year. You see the handshake line. Great sportsmanship always exhibited by these student athletes, these young ladies here competing. Kempsville's year comes to a close at 9-9 overall. So again, your doubleheader coming up tomorrow. It's going to be number 1 seed Great Bridge taking on the number 5 seed in the First Colonial Patriots. You have the number 2 seed in Hickory taking on the number 3 seed Cox, and you can catch it right here at the Regional Training Center and on Cova Sports TV. So for our entire team of Chuck Thornton, Nick Senti, our camera operator and producer engineer extraordinaire Mason Yoder today, I am Matthew Hatfield saying so long and good night from Virginia Beach, Virginia. You've been watching a presentation of VHSL Region 5A Field Hockey Playoff action on Cova Sports TV. Take care, everyone.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
It's 757 Saturday Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield and the one and only Coach Ed Young, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Cova Sports TV. From high school football and basketball to the NFL, MLB, college sports, and the NBA, if it's making headlines, they are breaking it down. Bold takes, big-time guests, and a few laughs, especially at the expense of that basketball coach, Ed Young. Catch it on Cox TV and your view, and don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube at Cova Sports TV.